Well, you might think that most people are aware that you could optimize your Azure cost by applying Bring Your Own License. We still do receive a lot of questions about it, and if we analyze and look to our running projects, we see that still a lot of organizations are not applying those strategies at all, or not using the full potential. Well, this is probably the most easiest strategy to apply, right? Because you don't need a lot of people or feedback from the organization. It's just a checkbox. I have a license available, and you achieve a direct cost saving, even up to 3, 4, 5, 6,000 euro for one specific virtual machine. Now, we're going to explain how to analyze where did you apply your current Bring Your License strategies on your existing environment, and what the potential is and how you can do the cost calculation. So to analyze your potential, to analyze your current Azure infrastructure, where did you apply Bring Your Licenses and where not, you don't need expensive or fancy tooling. You can just easily make an export out of Azure with the right setup and if you choose the right columns, then you can simply analyze where did I apply the Bring Your Own License and where not. So you go to portal.azure.com. You need to run this report with a reader, a contributor or owner rights. So that is important because otherwise you're not able to make these exports. And then you go to virtual machines on the left side in the Azure portal, open the directory including subscription settings right under the plus button on the bottom. And then please select all subscriptions so that we, from a global perspective in the subscription filter, so that we capture all your virtual machines across all your subscriptions. And then open the directory including the subscription settings. And then you need to add specific columns to your exports, because what is important is that we capture the Azure hybrid use benefit. Check yes or no. In your export, we want to know the size of the specific virtual machine, because then we can calculate the current licensing cost and compare that to the Bring Your Own License cost. And you want to know the operating system, because it doesn't, if it's a Linux machine, we don't want to apply hybrid use benefits because that doesn't make sense. If you have applied that, then you find these new columns on the right side of your screen. Then you can say apply hit, and then you can download the Excel in a CSV so that we can analyze the data in Excel. What are the licensing rules for Bring Your Own License towards Azure? Now, in essence, it's the same licensing strategy as on-prem, and we're talking about Windows Server and SQL in this case, and it's a per core licensing method, and the licenses are coming in packs of 2. That counts for SQL and that counts for Windows Server. For Windows Server, you also have packs of 16 cores, right? 8 cores per license. We advise do not to use them because then you're overcomplicating your licensing strategy, because it's quite hard, right? If you have an on-premise server with 20 cores across 2 CPUs, then you need to apply one 16-core license, and in addition to that, 2 core licenses. It's way easier just to count 2 core licenses. So we advise just only buy 2 core packages. It's so much easier from a licensing management perspective to that. But side note, back to the Bring Your Own License. So how are we then doing this, right? So what I said, use 2 core packs of license for Windows Server. You have the option, but for SQL it's anyway a 2 core license. So in Azure, it's the prerequisites is that you have software assurance. So you need to have software assurance to bring in that own license. And then you have a minimum requirement of 8 cores per virtual machine. Yes, you heard it correctly, 8 cores per virtual machine. So if you have a 2 core machine, still you need to bring in 8 cores of a license to license properly that in Azure. So what does that exactly mean? So that also means that probably not for every virtual machine this could be a cost optimization, right? For 2 core machines, this doesn't bring a direct saving per se, right? Depending on the version. So that brings me to the versions. So for Windows Server, you have Standard Edition and you have Data Center. Let's start with Data Center, because with the Data Center Edition, you're able to license your on-prem estate, and here on the left side. Together with that, in the same time, run and license your Azure environment. So this is important to know. So with the same license, it's not or on-prem or in the cloud. No, you can license it at the same time with the same license. So this means that if you're making a business case, a TCO, to save cost in Azure, that your license cost is 0, because you already paid for that in the on-prem environment. So this is important for your business case in TCO to recognize and to know. So that also means that you can easily watch and search in your data export that we made and discussed previously in this video. Okay, let's say you have a DS2 V2 machine. Right? What is the license cost for that specific thing? It's very easy to see that in your Azure calculator. Just log in with your details so that also your discount is applying, so that's your actual cost. And then you can easily see here, I will make a screenshot here, on what the current running license cost is from out of Azure. And that's then the direct hard saving, right? Because if it's $265, your license cost for bringing your own with the data center is 0. And so this is a direct saving of $265. Now, if we pick a DS4 machine, V2, with 8 cores, it even goes up for $268 a month, right? So that's $3,000 a year saving for only one specific virtual machine. Now, for the standard edition, it's a bit different. Still, the 2-core applies with a minimum requirement of 8 core per virtual machine. But there you have license cost, right? Because with the standard edition, it's or on-prem or in the cloud. So if you pick that DS2 V4 machine, what we just mentioned, there you have a license cost in Azure of 3K. So that will definitely bring a cost saving buying new standard licenses and apply and bring that to Azure. But if we pick a 2-core virtual machine, right, we still need to apply 8 cores with bring your own license. So in that case, it's not cost beneficial to bring in your own license. So in summary, for a data center, apply the maximum as you can. So if you have 1500 cores available, apply those at 1500 cores divided by 8. That's the many virtual machines you can license up to 8 cores. So apply them at the maximum, because then your cost is 0. And for standard, you need to make your business case per scenario, per virtual machine. And the easiest way to do that is open the Azure calculator, see what the license cost is directly from out of Azure, and is your Windows Server license standard edition giving you a better price or not to achieve those cost savings. So that's really important. For SQL, it's quite similar, but SQL comes in packages of 2 cores, and the license requirement is not 8 cores, but 4 cores per virtual machine. So here the same rule applies as the Windows Server standard, because it's or on-prem or in the cloud. You do have some migration time, but that's literally it, right? So it's or in the cloud or in on-premise, with a small migration window to when you migrate from on-prem towards Azure. Thank you for watching to another video with these building blocks from Data. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to the team or myself. We're more than happy to help you to achieve cost savings in general for Microsoft investments. Leave them a comment, reach out by email, give me a phone call, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.